how you doing? Hey, Ken Walls, CEO and founder of Client Solution Innovations. Welcome to DigiLEAD TV. Glad to have you here again. This is our third episode, I believe we're shooting now. Want to say I really appreciate all the feedback, everything that we've been getting. Listen, this week's episode, I've gone back and forth about how, last week we talked about how to untangle the World Wide Web, how to make some things work for you in your business. And this week we kind of want to show, we get a lot of phone calls from people that are like, well, I can just do a website on one of these template builder websites, like GoDaddy has a template site, and there's Wix, and there's all these other sites out there. You can go build a do it yourself website, and those are great. That's a good starting point for somebody new in business trying to figure it out and see where they want to go. But at the end of the day, a lot of people want to be at the top of Google. They don't want to figure out how to make it work. So, the graphics, the custom graphics, the making sure that the website and content is structured and laid out properly to be found in Google through siloing and the content and metadata and stuff like that. So today, on today's episode, what we want to do is we're starting off, and this is my personal office and my marker board wall behind me here. We're starting off here today. Just want to talk about, what we do. There's so much that goes into a website development, and we really put a lot of effort into, collaborating with our clients and getting a feel for what they want their website to look like, doing research on what other industry, what other sites are doing, how they're structured, and figure out how to help them literally dominate their competition. So we sit down and we go through a questionnaire. We have we call it a branding questionnaire that we go through with each client and go through all of these different examples of logos and website types and everything. So today what we're going to do is we're going to walk down the hallway here in a second. We're going to go into the graphic design room, talk to our head designer, Dom, and he's going to walk you through, from the beginning of a color palette. Like I said, the branding questionnaire. We start there. We start with a conversation with each client. We start with, what color palette, what best represents your company as far as colors are concerned, and the logo style, all of that. So he's going to go through a client that we have, and I picked one out, Money Matchmaker, which is owned by Burton Brooks. He's the CEO and founder. Burton's wife works for Grant Cardone, Natasha, in Grant's office there, and she reached out to me a while back and said, hey, my husband's trying to do this website, and there's some frustration. Just wanted to see if we could connect you guys and see if there's anything you can do to help. So we actually flew to Miami. We met with Burton. We did some video stuff. We're going to show you some of that as well during this episode. But we went down there. We met with him. But first, before we did any of that, we sat down over the phone. We talked through the branding questionnaire. We tried to get a feel for what he wanted his logo to look like, what direction his company was moving, who his target audience was. Because we are, we're much more than just developing a website. We're a marketing firm. We help companies really, really grow by discovering what they really want to do with their business and helping them, achieve those goals and set those goals and make sure those goals are on target. So we're going to go through the Money Matchmaker thing from the logo, the color palette. Dom Romero, my head designer, he's going to show you all of that. How we went through the color palettes, how we went through the design of the logo, and then we came up with the website layout and how the website was going to flow. He's going to show you how he created all of that in Photoshop. He's going to show you how he went through and did a lot of really, really cool things to make this work. So, let's at this point, what I'd like to do is take you down the hallway here and show you exactly what we did to make all of this work. Again, Dom Romero is my head of graphic design. I have Ryan, who's actually behind the camera right now. He does graphic design and he's our videographer. And then, we have other people that do programming and siloing and stuff like that to make sure that the SEO all works. So we're gonna take you into our graphic design department. We're gonna show you how to make all of this work. We also like to have fun here. We've got basketball nets hanging around. We got foosball table. We like to have a lot of fun. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce you to Dom Romero here in a second and let you see exactly how this works from start to finish. And what kind of time do we have there? So we're going to show you how to make this all work, how it works start to finish. We're going to start with the graphic design part, then he's going to take you into the live link and some of that stuff, and then we're going to show you some of that. So I'm gonna introduce you to Dom, and he's going to explain to you. I mean, I started this company under the precept that, look, everybody out there can do a website. Everybody out there, your customers, your competition, everybody has a website already. So one of the things that has always been important to me to separate my clients from their competition is we have to come up with a design that really, it's got to pop, man. It's got to grab their attention. It's got to keep their attention. So I'm going to introduce you to Dom Romero here. Dom is my head of graphic design.
Hey guys, Dom Romero here. Like Ken said, head of graphic design for Client Solution Innovations. Been working here for about a year now and really love it. And we're going to come back to you in a second. We're going to be talking about Money Matchmaker Corporation, the rebrand. So we'll be back to you in a little bit. Stay with us for DigiLEAD TV. Welcome back to DigiLEAD TV. My name is Dom Romero. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm the head designer for Client Solution Innovations, and we're going to be walking you guys through a really common task that we're put up to, which is to do a rebranding for a client. And a rebranding basically involves, starting from scratch, doing things new, just a refreshing of the brand. So Money Matchmaker Corporation already had a logo, they already had a website, but they were a little bit stuck in their marketing and the way they were doing things. So they came to us looking for just a new start. So that's what we're going to jump into right now. So the first thing that we always start off with any client is we do a branding questionnaire, like Ken Walls mentioned before. And the branding questionnaire really identifies the scope of the work that we're going to be doing. It sets the tone for the history that we're going to do, the history of the business, where the company has been, and then it also sets the tone for the future, where they want to go, and what they want to accomplish in the future. So the thing with Money Matchmaker Corporation that they wanted to accomplish and the kind of brand words that they wanted to stick to were trustworthy, modern, high-tech, and they wanted to show that in a really unique way because their customers are companies that are looking for funding, looking for additional funding to take that next level, to jump up to the next level of business. So a lot of their companies are tech companies, medical supply companies, and really exciting startups. So our good buddy Burton Brooks had some great ideas, and after a lot of communication with him, we came up with some buzzwords that we were going to use throughout the project. And some brand words that he wanted to associate himself with were trustworthy, modern, high-tech, and of course, we wanted to keep that. There was some things that we wanted to keep from his old brand, and mainly that was the color scheme for his website. So I'm going to show that to you right now. So this was his original website, Money Matchmaker Corporation here. As you can see, it's not really up to Client Solution Innovation standards, but it's pretty basic. You got some service points here and some things like that. But actually, his logo was nowhere to be found. Really, it was a pretty I don't want to say this, Burton, I'm sorry, but it was a terrible logo. It was a planet with some different money signs all decorated around it, and it was all over the place. It was a terrible logo to be used in different perspectives. You couldn't use it as a one-color logo, which is a very important thing nowadays. You have to be able to put your logo anywhere. It has to look good on a billboard in full color or on a polo in one color. So these are the kind of things that we go back and forth with our clients and designing things. Is we have to make it look good in all mediums. So, all right, so let's start off with the color scheme. So we tried to keep a little bit of his cooler colors, some blues, some greens, and then we also talked about doing a cool gradient, which is right here. So if you can get in on that, I can show you some colors here. So we have the blues, some lighter blues, and then we start to get to some greens, some nice cool colors, and then we get to a nice gradient. So we were really happy with these colors. These are the hex values right here that can be transformed and used in pretty much any application, which we always supply to any of our customers. So Burton's first ideas at the beginning were to use M's, use really strong M's, maybe edgy M's. So we dabbled a lot with those, and I'll just show you guys around. Played with some really cool M's, played with some really good designs, different fonts, did some different ideas with different fonts, really all over the place in terms. There was one idea where we were going to bridge the people from lenders to investors to companies. So that was another idea that we used and that we sort of stuck with. And so, as you can see, there's a ton of different designs that we went through, and all along the way we were showing Burton this, we were showing him our thought process and how we were designing things and what we were doing. So we played a lot with this concept. It was a check mark for the M, checking all the boxes, matching up the money to the investors. Again, these are just some different options, different fonts, different bold, different use of bold fonts, different use of really thin fonts. There was a Cupid idea that even came up, being the original matchmaker that he was. So let me go back a little. So it actually all starts with a pen and paper, and this is where me and most designers start, really, is getting our ideas out on paper. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff going on here, and really a lot of it's low fidelity. It doesn't have to be super nice, it just is kind of a brain dump. So we can get all ideas onto one canvas, maybe, oh, okay, I like that, okay. Maybe take some pictures, transform them into Photoshop or transform them into Illustrator, and that's a bit of our process. Again, here's some really flowy things, playing with the M's again, and I'm not joking you, we probably went back and forth probably 3 or 4 times with like 5 or 6 pages in each, and with some really, really crazy logo stuff. But ultimately, what we decided on was this one right here. Okay, this was the bread and butter winner right here. And as you can see, we had sketched it low fidelity and doesn't look great right there, but we think that we came up with something special for Burton. And we did some other things. We did the two M's right here. And another thing that we were trying to stick to is we were trying to do a condensed font right here, a bold condensed font with a much thinner lower level font. And after many iterations, these are the types of things that we come up with. So I appreciate you guys going through that with me. That was kind of a basic rundown of our logo process, but we'll be back to show you the website stuff.
Hey, it's Ken again. Listen, welcome back to DigiLEAD TV. I hope you're learning a lot from Dom about the process. As you can see, there's a lot that goes into not just the logo, but he's actually going to now show you guys how we start with the mock-up process, because most of the time we want to build the website and the color palette and all that around what we did with the logo to make it all kind of flow and match. So Dom's going to show you some of that now. Stay with us. He's going to be, we're going to Dom right now. He's going to show you that. Thank you. I'll see you guys here in just a few minutes.
Hey guys, back at it here. Dom Romero with Client Solution Innovations. So we're just going to get started and kind of show you the mock-up process and how that kind of evolves. Again, we are going off the branding questionnaire that we have already dealt with the client, and we're going off their parameters, and then also we want to make sure that we're focusing a lot on who's going to be using the site, who's Burton's customers, how are they going to be using the site, what do they want to see, what are the main services that they want to see. So those are all things that we're thinking about in the design, and so let's get started. So like I mentioned to you before with the logos, usually we always start with a pen and a piece of paper. Getting things down the way we want them, working out the hierarchy of everything. So as you can see, they're very low fidelity, very low quality sketches, but it's honestly just another way to brain dump everything, get all the set things that Burton and Money Matchmaker want on their site, and put them in order that the customer wants to see them. So again, here's another thing that is very important for a website, is labeling and navigation. As you can see, I made a quick sitemap here, just of all of Burton's main links, where the link structure, so customers will get to his page. There'll be a drop down here for Business Center, blog, FAQ, contact, and then we're going to do a special Get Funded button so that it stands out a little bit more easily, I guess, against the rest of the navigation. So in getting started, so like I said, we start with this pen and piece of paper, and then what we like to do is we like to go to a program right here. It's called Adobe Comp CC, and that comes with Photoshop, Illustrator. It's a free program that you can download from the App Store. So as you can see, this thing works like magic. So let me just click into here. So here's one that I did, Money Matchmaker. So this is the first 800 pixels, which is the first thing that you see on a screen on a website when you go to it. And it's a really cool program. So as you can see, show this box here. Boom, turns it into a box. You can position that, add photos, do whatever you want. Put another title here. Boom, there's another title. So it's a really cool way to really quickly start putting your sketches that you started out with in a little bit higher fidelity way. So let me go to these. So this is starting out with the banner. So this will be the banner area for Money Matchmaker, and then this will be the next section, kind of a welcome section that we're going to do, and going through with that. Here's the next section that we decided to do, a mission statement, how it works, these boxes. I want to show you how these work. Draw those boxes in like that. It's just a really cool program, really super easy to use. Then we go next one. I'm just going to delete that for a second. This is a testimonial section that we're going to do. So right there, just snap up. Go back on my device. Put in our programmer right there, Phil. And yeah, that's just a low fidelity testimonial section that we're going to do on his site. And then here is a little online application that we can do for Money Matchmaker. Again, so I want to do that. So these are all just static images right now, right? So what I can do is press that button, send to Illustrator CC, and this is just automatically connected to my Adobe account. Again, everything is streamlined. Everything is so much faster now. And it should be popping up here any second. Boom, there it is, okay. Sorry, got out of me, guys. All right, there it is. So there's all the screens that I just made just now. So in going off our sketches, so we've got the banner area right here, a nice big call to action, a nice welcome section, a mission section, how it works, maybe doing some icons down here, what our clients say, testimonials, and then a form right here. So it's so cool, the things that you can do right here. So I can just start turning what is a low fidelity image into a really high quality fidelity images. Start putting in icons and my own text. And that's really what you want to do. And at this point, we would send this over to our client, Burton Brooks, get his feedback, see what he thinks of the low fidelity image. Sometimes it's hard for them to visualize what exactly is going on, but it's really just to get a hierarchy for everything. So with that said, we'll go over to Photoshop, where we really start to put the pieces together and really start to manipulate everything and make everything super nice, make everything to the quality that it's going to be seen by its users. So we'll just zoom in here. So again, this is that same layout that I was just working on the piece of paper, onto the iPad, onto this, and with feedback from Burton and the rest of our design team, going through different things, keeping things absolutely short and simple. Notice that we're keeping the type very simple, 1 or 2 or 3 lines at the most, because people nowadays they don't read on the internet. They only skim. They only look for the content that jumps out to them, looking for keywords or photos or anything like that. So again, this is a flat image right now. It's just in Photoshop. And once we're done with this Photoshop file, we'll send it to the client. We'll get his approval. We'll get his feedback. See what he likes. See what he doesn't like. Explain some functionality. And then once we get approval, we'll send it to programming. And this is a really awesome jump, because then they get to see their website in a live window. Yeah. Here we go. So here we go. All of a sudden, a flat image now is a moving, functional website. So things you can click on. You can click on buttons. That takes you to the next section. Scroll down. This is called a sticky header. So it's not there. And then once you scroll, it's there now. So there's just a lot of really cool things. Again, testimonials. You can click on them. Things are sliding in and out. Application forms are working. So it's really a crazy process that we go through from beginning to end. And it really all starts with the need for a new website. And, you know, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but that need, it started with Money Matchmaker. It starts with so many of our clients because their websites are just flat. You know, there's not a lot going on. There's a lot of gray in Burton's original site. Things aren't jumping out at me at all. There's no really call to action buttons. He's got some big block of line of text. Some people might not think that's big, but it's big on the websites. And that was a really quick overview, guys, of the kind of capabilities and the kind of process that we do for getting a site designed, getting it live from start to finish. I know it was quick, but I'm going to send you to my main man, Ken Walls, right now. He's going to finish you out. Thank you so much.
Hey, welcome back. I'm glad to be back here with you guys. So, as you can see, Dom walked you through all the steps that we take. He did it very quickly because, I mean, we're limited on time, how long we can talk about this, but we really go out of our way to, make sure that we establish good communication with every client. We have a project management system called Teamwork PM. You guys, if you have a business that requires you to communicate with your clients on an ongoing basis, you should check it out. It's teamworkpm.com, which the PM obviously stands for project manager. So we put everybody into this project management system at the very beginning, and we use that as a place to communicate with clients so they can you can literally our clients can communicate with everybody on our team throughout the entire design process. So we, like he showed you the logo and all the bazillion different logo styles and different kinds of logos we came up with. Well, we upload all of those to the project management system. That notifies everybody involved on the client side and everybody on our team, and we can openly communicate about that. So it's a great, effective tool. It's a good way for us to be able to make sure that we are nailing it the proper way every single time for our clients. Make sure that we get exactly what they're paying us to do. And then the same process with the design mock-up, and we take the PSD, the Photoshop file, and we create a JPEG, and we put that, or a PNG file, we put that in the project management system, and we make sure that we're nailing that too. The project management system really is about, the mock-up design part. We're trying to get give our client an overall view of what the site's going to look like. Then that's before we take it into programming. Once we get it through programming, we get the thing up and running on a test link on my test server. Then we go in and we change things. We change out photos. We change out the way certain things work, and we do some in-depth programming stuff with JavaScript and things of that nature. And then we go into adding content, structuring the website properly so Google can read it, so Google knows exactly what they're ranking for each and every client. So that's through a process called siloing. So we do a lot of things. Normally it can be anywhere from 30 to 60 days. Sometimes it can go on longer. It really depends on what we're doing, what the project is, how in depth, if it's e-commerce, how many products that we're putting in the e-commerce system, and then you get into options for each product. I mean, there's so many different variables when building a website, and there's a lot of thought, a lot of process that goes into it. So, I'm very grateful for my team. As you can see, Dom Romero is, he's working on a master's degree in I don't even know what it's in, some master's degree in user experience or something like that. And at the end of all of this, we want to make sure that when one of our clients has a potential customer or a client or a patient or whatever land on their website, that it's a very user-friendly experience. That customer can find exactly what it is they're looking for and have an overall good experience with the website. All along the way, we have tons and tons of clients, and we do maintenance. It's recommended that you change your website up, that you add new content, that you blog, and you put things that are specific to what your industry is about, and really add value to your customers' lives. So if they're thinking, in the event of Money Matchmaker, the Bert's got just a plethora of different types of loans that he can offer to businesses. And so, we want to make sure that as we're adding those in there, that it's very simple for somebody to find or search for on the site, and be able to go in there, watch a quick video clip of him explaining or describing exactly what that loan is about, what it takes to get through that process, and all of that. So, you know, we really, when we do a website, at the end of all of it, it's got to be beautiful. It's got to pop. It's really got to grab the attention of your potential clients. That's number one. Number two, it has to be very user friendly. So when your client or customer lands on your website, that it's not something that they're going to bounce and go somewhere else. So we want to make sure it's user friendly, that they can stay on there and keep going. And you know, then for most people, it's very, very important to be ranked at the top of Google, and that's something else that we do, and we do very, very well. So, you know, look, very happy you guys have been on here. DigiLEAD TV, we're really working hard here to come up with great content for you. Hope that you learned some things today. I kind of dressed down for the occasion today because we were going through all the processes that we do. But we're going to be coming back to you next week. At this moment, we don't have an exact idea of what we're going to be doing next week's episode on. Maybe it'll be on our foosball table or something here in the office, or you know, something like that. I'm kidding. So we're going to bring some exciting, fun content to you. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching DigiLEAD TV. And thank you, as always, for following me. You can follow me on Periscope, on Twitter, and Facebook. It's Ken Walls. My Twitter handle is CEO_CSI. Same on Periscope. Make sure you follow me. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have an awesome weekend. See you later.